Hi guys, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket and today in this video we are going to discuss something different. So it is not about a strategy, but what we are going to discuss in this video is about trading psychology. So if you know, for the last 6 months, Optionables performance hasn't been that great. Even if you had seen the yearly review which we posted last week, you know that from past 6 months we are only able to generate somewhere around 15 to 20 lakh net returns. So this performance is extremely poor considering the market conditions, because we have hardly generated around 2 to 3% return over the course of 6 months. So it is definitely below par returns and we have to accept it. So today in this video I'll be discussing for the past 6 months why the performance was so bad. And the reason to that is our psychology was completely messed up. So we had a hard time to bring back our psychology, and from there on the performance started to improve. So the thing is, you might have seen in the previous video. If not, I'll just show a small glimpse of how the performance was for the last 6 months and what exactly happened. Here I have opened the back office of Firstock, and when I go to reports and then go to P&L reports, so let me first show you the quarter of October till December. So October 1st 2021 up till December 2021. So here I am putting F&O only, and this quarter we more or less ended with no profit, no loss, maybe around 2 to 3 lakh loss. 2,42,000 was lost, plus we had some unrealized profit of 57,000. All put together, it was almost close to 1.8 lakh loss. But the thing is, when I changed the date from December all the way to January 2022, so here is when you actually see things get even worse. So up till now, we just have around 1.8 lakh loss. But when I actually changed this all the way to 31st January 2022, so now you see the loss is close to 19 lakh. So 18 lakh 80,000 plus another 30,000. So overall loss from October up until January end was close to 19 lakh. So this is the first 4 months from October all the way up till January end. That is almost close to 120 days where we have absolutely no profit at all. Forget about profit. We have a 20 lakh loss. So from here things start to improve. And when we look at the next 60 days, that is from 1st of February till 4th of April. So I'll put for the next 60 days, that is February 2022 up until 4th of April. So that is almost close to 60 days. And when I click on submit, you see that the overall realized profit is close to 52 lakh, and we paid around 5 lakh in charges. And overall, if you look at the net profit, we have close to 47 lakh plus another 2 lakh unrealized, close to 49 lakh of profit in just next 2 months. So the thing is, there was a lot of psychological aspect which actually went into this. So we are going to discuss one by one as to what exactly happened and how we managed to end in this particular position. So as you saw in the video, for the first 4 months from October, November, December and January, we had a total loss of close to 20 lakh. So 4 months, the performance was extremely bad. We were down by almost 4%. But the next 2 months alone, we were able to recover close to 50 lakh. So what exactly changed in these 2 months is what we are going to discuss. How can the performance be so bad for first 4 months and drastically turn in the next 2 months? So for this, I will have to give you some context previously as to what had happened. So the thing is, if you remember quarter before October, that is July, August as well as September, it was the best performing quarter for Optionables. So overall, we had made close to 1 crore of profit in that particular quarter alone. So it was the best performing quarter for Optionables. And prior to that, if I have to give you context, since March 2020 COVID crash, there was not a single month where we actually ended with a loss. So that means for over 1 year, 3 months, we were continuously in profit. So now, if you actually end up taking out this March month, for the course of 20 months, we were continuously in profit. So if you add this March month, so for the course of around easily around 13 to 14 months, we were continuously in profit. So there was not a single month where we went to loss. So obviously the confidence was extremely high. And the thing is, it was not just confidence. By the end of September, we actually got overconfidence. So what do I actually mean by overconfidence? It's okay, let the market move anyway. I will be able to handle the position. I will be able to adjust the position and I will be able to make profit. So it is not going to bother me at all. So what I'm discussing right now is quite candid, and I'm going to tell you a story in the chronological order as to what exactly happened and why exactly we ended up in this particular stage where our psychology got completely messed up. So as I was telling, so we were very overconfident at this point. We believed that so for the past 13-14 months, there has not been a single month of loss, and we are definitely going to continue this and do very well in the future also. So this was the mindset. So I had actually told this to my friend, if you know Srivatsa, he handles our social media. So jokingly that Vatsa, I don't even remember when was the last month we ever made a loss. So I actually had told these words to him in first week of October. And I don't think it was only Vatsa who heard it, maybe even God heard that. So that was the first day when the drawdown actually started. So the thing is, Vatsa even now will be making fun of me, saying that never again say this, because the moment I said this, the very next day we started to go into a huge loss. So the thing is, in the month of October, the performance was not that great. We ended up with a loss of around 10 lakh. So 10 lakh loss was quite normal because it was just around 2.5% of the capital, and it is not even big, to be honest. So 2.5% loss in a particular month is absolutely okay, and there's nothing much to worry about it. But the problem was, since we had made profit for so long, so now we had this particular month of loss. So the thing is, the issue what I had is, okay, this month, October month, I have a loss. November month, if I end up recovering the loss, that means I will only have December month to trade. October month, I have made a 10 lakh loss. Let's say November month, I end up making 10 lakh profit. That means net after 2 months, I'll be at 0. So December month, even if I make around 10 lakh profit, totally for 3 months, I'll be up by only 10 lakh. So now I thought, if you look at the previous performance, so we were monthly making around 12 to 15 lakh. In a quarter, we were easily crossing somewhere around 30 to 40 lakh quite easily. For the past maybe around 2-3 quarters, it was something like that where we had easily crossed around 30-40 lakh. So in my mind, I was like, last quarter performance was so good, you almost ended up making somewhere close to 1 crore. This month can't be so poor where you just end up making around 10 lakh. So I needed a quick solution to this. So the problem was, this quarter performance is going to be very bad. And what I ended up doing is, I thought for myself, okay, this is fine. This month I have lost 10 lakh. So now if I trade normally, I might end up making somewhere around 10 to 12 lakh in the month of November. So that's the reason I will go almost 3 to 4 times my usual quantity. So whatever quantity I'm going, I'll shoot 3 to 4 times my usual quantity. So the idea was, I will try to recover whatever I have lost in course of maybe around a week. So then I will have 2 full months to trade, and maybe I can end up making around 25 lakhs again. So this was the idea what I had. So the idea was to increase the position size, quickly recover the loss, and have a very good quarter. But what I didn't realize while I was increasing the position size is how it is going to affect my psychology. So now you can actually look at this. Let's say I'm increasing the position size by 3 to 4 times. So let's say a particular strategy, let's say I create a short straddle, had a loss of around 5 to 6 lakhs. So the max loss of around 5 to 6 lakh. So since I have increased my quantity by 3 to 4 times, now the max loss is not 5 to 6 lakh, but it is 20 lakh. So what used to happen when the market actually used to move slightly? So not even a big swing. So when there was a slight movement, maybe if I had just kept my position as it is, my loss would be somewhere around 1.5, 2 lakh, or in the worst case, maybe 3 lakh. So which was acceptable to me. For me, 3 lakh was not looking that big. But since the position size was higher, this 3 lakh of loss now started to look like 12 lakh. And for me, 12 lakh at that point was pretty difficult to handle because I had never seen a 12 lakh loss day in, day out. So hardly, if you look at it, maybe once or twice we have lost over 10 lakh in a particular day, and seeing 12 lakh M2M or 9 lakh M2M was not an easy task because I don't usually get to see it day in, day out. So psychologically, I was not ready to accept that I have a loss of 12 lakh. So when you actually look at it, the loss was not big at all. So it was actually supposed to be a loss of 3 lakh, but now it was looking like 12 lakh.
So now what I end up doing, I end up adjusting this trade, which was not even required. So if it was a normal 2.5-3 lakh loss, I might have not even touched the trade. I'm like, okay, let it be. I will end up taking a new trade. But since it was a loss of around 10 to 12 lakh, I had to do something to the position. Technically, I didn't have to do, but my mind said I had to do something to the position because you have already lost 10 lakh. And now again the M2M is showing around 12 lakh loss. That means you totally have 22 lakh loss and you can't let this happen. Do something. So I end up adjusting the position and the market comes back where exactly I wanted it to. So this entire position where I could have made a huge profit, I end up making no profit because I end up adjusting the position. So this not just happened once, but multiple times it ended up happening where I end up taking huge quantity, the market moves in one direction, I again end up adjusting this. So this way, entire November month went with no profit, no loss. So at this point, I actually had to recover, but instead of this, I actually ended up having no profit, no loss. So the thing is, at this point, not just about making profit, my psychology also started to get hit because of one more reason. So the thing is, at Optionables, we have partners who have actually given us the capital to trade. And the thing is, we pay them monthly interest. So the thing is, we pay monthly interest on the entire capital of 1%. So that means whether we make a profit or a loss, we have to pay out this interest. Apart from that, we also have around 5 to 6 people who work with us regularly and we have to pay the salaries to them as well. So monthly payout of Optionables is going to be somewhere around 6 to 7 lakh, irrespective of whether we make a profit or a loss, because we have to pay interest plus the salaries. So now when you actually look at 2 months, I have not made any profit. Rather, I'm at a loss of 10 lakh rupees. On top of a loss of 10 lakh rupees, we have also paid around 7 lakh plus 7 lakh, which is around 14 lakh of interest and salary. So now 3 months are done and we are at a loss of 25 lakh rupees by not doing anything. So November month absolutely didn't go the way I expected. It ended with no profit, no loss. And now we have a loss of 25 lakh rupees. So now it's a pretty hard time because one, your cash is going from the bank and you are not generating any cash. So only if you end up making profit, you actually end up generating cash. Otherwise, whatever you have in bank, so that gets being depleted. And that was happening. Now the pressure also started building. So now you already have a loss of 25 lakh. If you don't end up performing well in the month of December, so then you are going to start to pile up a huge pressure, which you will have to carry on to next quarter as well. So December, again, we made the same mistake of having a huge quantity. So this time the quantity was around 4 to 5x and same result came. So we were not able to make any profit because the moment the market moved, the thing is the loss used to look very big. We used to end up adjusting and no profits came. And end of December somehow, so 1 week went really well. It was not because of our skill, but because we were lucky. The market didn't move anywhere and we ended up making somewhere around 10 lakh. And whatever we had lost in the month of October, we were able to recover it. And entire quarter of October, November, December ended with no profit, no loss. So we were absolutely at zero. But the thing here was we had fixed expenses where we had already paid out somewhere close to 20 lakh. So now the pressure was building that next quarter somehow we should end up performing. So now December quarter got over and we were like, okay, anyways, what is done in this quarter. We have to focus on performing well in the next quarter. So again, we didn't end up improving what mistakes we had made. So unknowingly it was affecting our psychology. It was not that we knew that psychology is getting affected and we are still carrying on huge positions. It was not that a case. So the case was that we actually didn't know it was affecting our psychology and we were taking the decisions. So then what happened? Again the January quarter started. So January, February and March. And January month we were like, okay, fresh start, fresh beginning. So we are going to kill it this time and we again started. So my confidence was getting lower and lower day by day. So the thing is, before in the month of October, first week especially, I was like, okay, give me any position, I will adjust it and I will make it come to profit. But as we started moving towards January, so the confidence had come down so much that I'm like, okay, what if tomorrow I end up making a loss again? So the thing is, it had come down drastically. And I was like, okay, let me again end up taking the trade. Again, I was not ready to fix the mistake because I wanted a huge profit. So I was no longer satisfied with maybe 10 lakh or 12 lakh profit. I wanted a bigger profit because there was bigger loss which was piling up. So now I was like, okay, what is done is done. So then we start a new month. First few days of the month went really well. Again, the same issue started of huge losses. And this time the losses started to pile up again. And overall in January month, we ended up losing close to 20 lakh rupees. So that means over the course of 4 months, 120 days, I have net negative 20 lakh rupees. So that means after 120 days, forget about going forward, I have actually come backward of close to 4%. And on top of this, not just 20 lakh rupees in terms of F&O, we have around 20-30 lakh rupees loss in our equity. And on top of this, because of all our interest payout, we again have around somewhere close to 20 to 25 lakh of payout. So overall, in the course of 4 months, we have lost close to 75 lakh. So in terms of equities, F&O as well as payout, we have lost close to 75 lakh worth of cash, and we haven't generated a single penny. So now by the end of Jan, the psychology was completely messed up. So I was even very scared to take the trade next day, because what if I end up losing again? We have already lost so much. How exactly am I going to get back? So how am I going to get back my confidence? So this is something which I had to work on. So if you remember, during the end of January, I had posted a video that I don't think I deserve to make YouTube videos, because when I myself am not making profit, how can I come and teach you guys? So it is ethically not right. But only if I make profit, it makes sense for me to spread knowledge. It doesn't make any sense for me to spread knowledge as long as I'm profitable. So, and this time I decided to take a break. So I took a break for almost around 4 to 5 days. So I didn't take any trade. So this was during the last expiry of Jan, and this time I ended up taking a break. So the thing is, I will tell you one more thing which actually ends up affecting you psychologically. It is not just that you're losing money. The people around you, when they actually end up making money, so they start to tell it was such an easy expiry and all that, but you have actually lost money in that easy expiry, and you start to question yourself, are you a really good trader? So was the previous 20 months where you actually made profit, was it just by luck? Because when everybody is finding the expiry easy and you are still losing money, like I had no answers to that at all. So now it was a pretty bad state of mind, because you have already lost so much, you don't know how to come back, and your quarterly performance is already completely messed up. And the thing is, somehow you have to fix your mind first and later start coming up. And this time what I did, since I had taken a break, so I have a friend who is a psychologist also. So the thing is, I think even she had come in a video with Optionables where we had discussed about trading psychology. So I went to my friend, her name is Vandana. So she's a counselor, professional counselor. Okay, the reason why I went to her is because she has a fair idea of trading also. It is not just about psychology, because she's also a commerce student and she has a fair bit of knowledge about both markets, investing and trading. So then I went to her and I told her, look, this is the scenario. Like, I know that I'm a good trader because I have done well in the past, but from the past 4 months, I'm not able to generate any returns. So forget about generating any returns. I'm actually in a loss. So I don't know how to overcome this. Now I'm getting afraid even to go and take a trade, because what if I end up losing money? I already have so much of loss. How to exactly overcome this and come up? So the thing is, so I went to her and I expressed all the concerns, what exactly was happening, what exactly I was feeling. So then the thing is, as a counselor, she won't advise you what to do, like whether you take this trade or that trade. So it's not about she advising, but the thing is, it's about putting your mind in a right state. So making you think in a proper way, making you understand that it is okay to have a loss, and it is what things are happening is natural and it is absolutely fine. So as we started to discuss, the thing is, she kept on questioning me, so I find my own answer. So it was not that she was telling me to take a trade or anything of that sort. So the thing is, first let me explain how exactly everything started. So the first question was regarding what is the expected return from the markets in a particular year. So this was the question what I was asked. So I told I was expecting somewhere around 25 to 30% a year. So next the question was, have I actually achieved this already? So am I on track to achieving this, or have I actually achieved it? So then I told I have already achieved it. So back then, even though having huge loss, the first quarter had gone really well, second quarter went really well. So the thing is, we had an overall return of somewhere close to 25%. So I was like, we have already achieved it and we have around 25 to 30%. Even if we don't end up making a single penny, we could still end with an overall profit of 25 to 30%. So after I told this, she was like, okay, fine. So then she was like, forget about the last 4 months. So do not focus on either the profits what you have made in the past or the loss what you have made in the past. So the thing is, also forget to focus on the next 2 months. So just think that you're ending your trade here and the next 2 months is just as a buffer month what you have to fix your psychology. Not fix the psychology as such, but to gain back confidence. So the thing is, even if I hadn't done anything, anyways, since I was achieving the returns what I was expecting, so this entire idea that I have already achieved what is expected. So even if I don't do anything for the next 2 months, it is absolutely okay. I have generated around 25% return. So this fundamental idea itself made me calm down, telling that, okay, I don't have to actually push for returns. I have already generated enough. So after this, the next thing was gaining back the confidence. So since I had already told the expected return is around 25 to 30%. So now the question was, how much exactly do I need in a month to achieve this? So since I had told the expected return is somewhere around 25 to 30% a year, that means it was coming somewhere close to 1.5 crores. So 1.5 crores means even if I end up making somewhere around, say maybe around 10 lakh a month and I end up making 1.2 crores, and if equities end up going around 7 to 8%, I get my 1.5 crores. So technically I just had to make somewhere around 8 to 10 lakh a month consistently, where I will end up with around 1.2 crores, and 7%, 6 to 7% is what you can expect from equities. So I would be achieving my target just with somewhere around 8 to 10 lakh a month. So now all I was asked to do is try to focus on making 8 to 10 lakh a month. So how exactly can I make this 8 to 10 lakh a month? So the major thing here was what changed the psychology was forgetting about your past, like forgetting that you actually have to recover 75 lakh because you are already in line with your target. So the second thing is forgetting that you have to make 1.5 crores next year, or also forgetting that you have a huge loss to recover. So just try to make 8 to 10 lakh a month. So now the question what I was asked was, are you confident that you will be able to make 8 to 10 lakh a month? So I told, obviously, because in the past I have been able to achieve 15 to 20 lakh a month also. So 8 to 10 lakh a month shouldn't be hard at all. So the next question was, how exactly are we going to achieve this 8 to 10 lakh a month? So the answer to that is what kind of trading we do. So I told 3 kinds of trading we do. One is the intraday trading, then the positional trades, as well as the expiry day trades. So there are 3 kinds of trades which we do. And the question what I was asked is, what is your core strength? So is it positional trading, expiry trading, or intraday trading? So I told our core is intraday trading, because we have been doing that from quite a couple of years now. And only in the recent times, that is August 2021, we actually shifted towards positional trading. So till then, we only used to do intraday trading. So whoever is following Optionables from the past will also know that. So from the beginning, we were doing intraday trading only. So now, when I actually had to make 8 to 10 lakh a month, that technically meant I had to make around 2 lakh a week. So 2 to 2.5 lakh a week. So how exactly can I make this 2.5 lakh a week? Since I told the expertise is in intraday trade, so the target what I was made to give myself. So the thing is, as I already told, there will be no prescriptions as to you have to do this, you have to do this. It's about what you are comfortable doing it. So the thing what I thought I could achieve myself is around 1.5 lakh easily with intraday trading. So that means I only had to achieve another 1 lakh to reach my target. So how can I achieve this 1 lakh to reach my target? So I had to achieve 50,000 rupees with expiry day trade and 50,000 rupees with positional trade. So the thing is, when you actually break down things, it looks so much more easier. So forget about 1.5 lakh, 50,000. I can also do it in a way where I achieve somewhere around 1 lakh with intraday, 75,000 with positional, 75,000 with expiry. So it was as easy as it sounds, because this is when you actually break down the target and look at it in a smaller chunk, it doesn't look big at all. Just by doing this, I would be able to achieve close to 1.5 crores a year. So this is all I had to do. And to be honest, it was not a hard job at all because I was just looking for 0.5% a week. So less than 0.5% a week is what I wanted to reach my target. So gone were the days now where I was planning to recover somewhere close to 20 lakh, 30 lakh a month. So now my focus was just making around 2.5 lakh a week. And to be honest, psychologically, this was a very simple task to do and I never really felt a pressure. So I took a very simple trade with very low quantity in Nifty as well as Bank Nifty for my position. I quite easily ended up making around 1 lakh. So very low quantity, and all that was enough to make 1 lakh with positional trade. So now expiry, without me even trying hard, the M2M crossed around 1 to 1.25 lakh. So I was quite easily able to cross again the target with 1.25 lakh. So now intraday, so I used to take simple short straddles intraday, and with that also I ended up making somewhere around 1 to 1.5 lakh. So the target what I had was around 2 to 2.5 lakh only, but not even trying hard, I was easily able to cross 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh. So I was touching near 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh every week. So the thing here is I was not even planning to achieve 4 lakh or 5 lakh, but I was quite easily achieving, because when I actually start to break down things, so the idea what I had was to make around 75,000 in one expiry day, but I was easily making 1.5 lakhs in the expiry day. So around 1 lakh with intraday trades. So like in a good day, I used to make 1.5 lakh in single day alone with normal intraday trades. And with positional trade, I was quite easily able to achieve 1 lakh in a week. The issue is, before I was trying to achieve around 10 lakh, 20 lakh as soon as possible in a week itself. So if you remember in November, the mistake I did was the entire 10 lakh what I had lost. So I wanted to recover that in a week so that I can have a good quarter. But what I ended up realizing is just by breaking down everything into smaller targets, I was able to cross this target way more easily. So there was no pressure what I felt to cross these targets. So when I started this, the first week itself was the budget week, and my target was only around 2.5 lakh a week. But that day itself, we ended up making somewhere around 6 to 7 lakh. So we had gone live also that day. So the thing is, we were well beyond our target the very first day of February. So February started on a very good note. So then we continued trading in February. So the targets were very small. So the thing is, I never really had to achieve big, because if you look at it in a broader perspective, for this year, my target is already done. I have already achieved 25-30% what I was expecting, and so there was no pressure for me. It was only about building my confidence for the next couple of months. So next, this way, slowly I continued making small profits over the course of next 3 to 4 weeks. And by the time we came to March, my confidence had started to come back, because in February, we achieved close to 12 to 13 lakh. And now my confidence had slowly started to come back. I was like, okay, by March, I'll just recover my trading losses. I have 20 lakh loss in January. I'll just recover my trading losses. Then next quarter, I will continue the same way. I'll be able to cross around 30 lakh easily. So this way I started, and the March month started to go really well. So now my confidence also started to build up, and I slowly started taking little higher position size, which I used to do normally. So the thing is, I had reduced my position size so much. So now I started gradually moving towards my normalcy, and my confidence also started to build up. And the March month, even though the market was so volatile because of war and all, the performance went really well. So March month, we were able to achieve somewhere close to 25 lakh. And overall quarter, we ended with a 15 lakh positive. So the gross profit was somewhere around 22 lakh, and overall we ended with a 15 lakh positive. So you can see how just in the course of 2 months, everything changed, and from the loss of 20 lakh, we went to profit of around 15 lakh. So now the thing is, by this time, the confidence had slowly started to increase. I was almost getting back to a very comfortable zone, you could say, where my confidence was also very good and very high. And this way, we started off with April month also on a very high note. And if you actually see, in the past 2.5 months, we were able to recover close to 50 lakh rupees just by trading. In the 4 past months before that, that is October, November, December, January, we had totally lost 20 lakh in 4 months. But with a good mindset, it just took us around 2 months. So we hardly traded for around 45 days, where we were able to make around 50 lakh rupees. So this was a journey on how exactly we changed our psychology. So I felt it was very important to share this story because many of you might have actually gone through this. So it is not that it is happening to us for the first time. It had happened to us way before in 2018-17 where we were actually losing money. But the thing is, it is so back then that we have actually forgotten those lessons. That is first thing. And second thing is, back then when we were trading, the capital was so small that the magnitude of the losses what we are seeing now was way different back then. So back then the losses was just around 5,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. Even if you lost that, you can literally put it back from your pocket. So even if you lose 2,000 rupees, so you could put it back from the pocket and say that, okay, you don't have a loss. But now I can't bring 75 lakh, put it back and say I don't have a loss, right? So this is why, like when we actually had a bigger fund, so that time the psychology was affected very badly. And luckily in this month, the equities also started to recover. And from equities, we ended up gaining somewhere around 40 lakh in the last couple of months itself. And F&O, we were able to make somewhere around 50 lakh from February. So when you actually look at it, on a total, we ended up gaining somewhere around 80 to 90 lakh in 2.5 months itself, where we had lost somewhere close to 75 lakh in course of 4 months. So you literally saw how psychology can change everything in trading. So the key lessons, what I got to learn especially is that just to focus on what exactly you want and have a smaller target. So that is going to solve most of the things, and also forget about the loss what you have piled up or the profits what you have made in the past. So it's always about what you are going to do next for the next week. So what you have, let's say there might be a case where you think, I have already made 30 lakh this month, so why should I trade? So what you have made this month is gone. So it's not about what exactly you have made this month. It is about what exactly you are going to do the next day or the next week. So what you have made in the past doesn't count at all. So keeping that in mind itself is a big thing, because if you make a profit, you will be confident, but if you make a loss, it is going to hurt your sentiments quite badly. So even though I was not given a single trade recommendation, neither I was advised how to trade. Just by talking out and figuring out where the issue was, the major issue was just in the position sizing. It was nowhere else. The entire core problem what we faced was due to position sizing. When I actually spoke to her and when I actually started to achieve better performance over the course of February, I understood all it went wrong was just in position sizing. When the position sizing exceeds a limit, you won't be able to control your psychology even if you want to. So the M2M swings are going to be huge. The loss what you see or the profit what you see is going to be huge. So the emotions are going to get affected even if you want it or not. So the thing is, it has been a roller coaster journey for the past 6 months. Luckily, it is ending on a good note, and moving on to April, again, I'm moving to this month with very good confidence, and I would want to achieve again somewhere close to 12 to 15 lakh this month also. So let's see how this actually goes, and let's also hope for the best. And meanwhile, with this we also come to the end of this video, and if you have liked this content, do share this with your friends, because I'm pretty sure many of you might have actually gone through this experience also. And also, if you found this video useful, do hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to Optionables. So I'll also be attaching the link to the Instagram pages of Optionables. So before closing this, the main thing what I wanted to tell here is usually when things are not going right, especially in trading, psychologist is not a person whom you go to. But this time I just ended up going to this person because I just wanted to fix my confidence as well as my thinking. And it happened in a brilliant way. And like now I also know the importance of mental health in trading. So it is not just with respect to, but in trading, definitely having a good state of mind is going to help you quite a lot. We also come to the end of this video, and I hope that you guys have liked it. Thank you so much for joining, guys, and I'll be catching you soon in the next video. Thank you.